Cancer is like a broken toilet. When you flush a toilet, the bowl fills and fills to just the right level, then stops. Why? Because a toilet is regulated to make sure it does not overflow, just like cell division is regulated to avoid cancer. Multiple things in a toilet need to break to cause an overflow, and here's the obvious: a clog. Let's flush to see the consequences. It fills higher and higher, but stops before the toilet actually overflows. Why does it do that? Because the size of the bowl is designed to hold 2 flushes. This creates a safety checkpoint for you to identify the clog and stop flushing until you implement a repair. In a cell, this is like a tumor suppressor gene that halts cell division if there is an error in the DNA. Let's test another strategy with some regulators inside the toilet. This is a toilet float. It's attached to a valve that turns on and off the water flow. Since the tank is full now, the float is up, and that position shuts off the water. But after a flush, the float drops. This opens the valve and turns on the water flow. It fills the tank, and the rising water slowly raises the float. At the very top, the float flips the valve and the water stops at an exact point after every flush. But sometimes a float wears out and sticks in the on position. This would tell the water to keep running. It's like a proto-oncogene in a cell that mistakenly tells it to keep dividing. Thankfully, disaster is averted from another mechanism. The tank overflow prevents a flood by draining water to the bowl, where extra automatically flows out of the S-bend. To have a real disaster, multiple parts usually have to fail. For example, a broken float and a clog that you fail to notice. Those together would cause water to rise in an uncontrolled overflow. Water would continue running without any checks until it pours out of the bowl and onto the floor. But even then, you can avoid a whole house flood by recognizing the problem and killing the toilet altogether with the main valve. In a cell, this is called apoptosis. It only works, of course, as long as the valve isn't rusted stuck. Otherwise, you would have cancer.